If you've been struggling to book sales calls, or if you've been hit with the what makes you any different, or just tell me how much you charge, you're gonna wanna watch this video. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to stand out from the crowd as a coach, consultant, or an agency owner. Because let's face it, in today's day and age, in this industry, everybody and their grandma's dog is a coach, consultant, or an agency owner. So I'm gonna show you exactly how we helped one of our clients who joined us within the first 48 hours add an extra $32,000 to his business and his first $50,000 month in literally the first 2 days. So if you guys actually apply what I'm going to show you today, then you're going to be writing yourself a check for literally tens of thousands of dollars. So anyways, guys, it's going to be a big one. I'm going to cover a lot today. Make sure you grab your notepad, start taking notes, because this is going to be a good one. So anyways, buckle up and enjoy the video. All right, you guys, let's get right into it. So how to stand out as a consultant and dominate your market. So like I said in the intro, there's a lot of people doing probably something very similar to what you're doing. So if we can help you stand out from the crowd, then this is going to put you miles ahead of everybody else and really build a solid foundation for the long term. So in order to actually do this, first we need to understand, why do people buy consulting in the first place? So I'm going to walk you guys through that first. Then we're going to go into what influences a buying decision, so we can use that to stand out from the crowd and dominate in a saturated market. Right? We'll go into the two ways to establish that extreme market dominance. Walk you through some examples, some case studies, and then the deadly pitfall that most consultants fall victim to and how to avoid it. So anyways, it's going to be a juicy one. Let's get into it. So why do people buy consulting? So at the end of the day, as a consultant, what we're doing is we're helping our clients get from point A, where they are right now, their current situation, to point B, where they want to be, right? Current situation, desired situation. Current situation, if they're talking to you looking to solve some sort of problem, chances are they're not too thrilled with it. And they want to be over here. And they potentially think that you may or may not, you and your offer, may or may not be that vehicle that can help them get there. So at the end of the day, this is why people buy consulting, coaching, or agency services. It's to achieve some sort of transformation, some sort of outcome, and to solve the problems and the pains that they're currently facing in order to exchange those and follow a very simple process to get in what they've always dreamed of. So that's kind of the premise, and keep this in mind. We'll come back to it. But anyways, let's move into what influences a buying decision. So why should somebody, what kind of goes into the decision-making process when somebody's deciding whether or not to get in your vehicle or somebody else's, right? There's lots of people in the industry doing probably something pretty similar to what you're doing. So why do people, why is somebody going to choose you? Right? And it really comes down to a couple of different things. So the first place to start is, one of my mentors once told me that there's no such thing as business to business or business to consumer. It's people to people, right? At the end of the day, we're selling to people. Whether you are selling to a business or a company or an individual, it's one human doing business with another one, or multiple of them, right? So at the end of the day, people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. So let me add that in there, right? People they know, like, and trust. So how can we use this to stand out from the crowd? Well, let's get into the two ways to establish extreme market dominance. So really, we're actually covering this on our client call today. We had a group call, I was hosting it, and there was about 30 of our clients in there, coaches, consultants, agency owners, and they're all growing their businesses. But anyways, this question came up today, and that's kind of why I'm making this video. So anyways, we kind of went into okay, well, when you're buying something, what makes you, what goes behind that decision, right? And I'll just kind of spell it out for you guys, right? So when we're making a buying decision, let's say this is us, there's kind of two things that go into it, right? It's, first of all, the emotional side of things, right? There's saying in sales, people buy with emotion and then they justify with logic. So how can we use this in our marketing to establish extreme authority? Well, we tap into both sides, right? So let's start with logic because it's the easiest to understand. But essentially, like, what you need to do is you need to establish like authority. You need to have like, you need to make sure that people understand like that you actually know what you're talking about. So confidence in like your delivery and essentially results, right? So authority, delivery, results. So that way, like when a prospect is looking at you and your services, their logic brain can be like, oh, okay, I can reasonably, logically see how getting in this guy's vehicle will help me get from where I am to where I want to be, right? So that's kind of the first part of it. You do need that. You need some sort of like domain authority in order to actually produce the results that you're selling, right? But now let's go to the flip side, which is where the real magic and the real power is. So the emotional side. Think about Clickfunnels and Tesla. What do they have in common? Right? Clickfunnels and Tesla. Why do people buy, like, let's take Clickfunnels, for example. Funnel building, website builder, software. There's a lot of them out there, right? Why did Clickfunnels do so well so quickly? Because they had Russell Brunson. Why does Tesla do so well? Because people love Elon Musk. Right? So when I mean the emotional side of things, it's the person or the personality behind the brand, right? Personality, branding, and just honestly like how well they connect on a relational level, right? So I can't tell you how many sales calls that we get on and they're like, I've just been following you guys for so long. I really just, I feel like I already know you. I feel like I already kind of like know you a little bit and like I want to be a part of what you guys are building, right? So it's kind of like you're buying into like the mission or the vision essentially too, right? So like ClickFunnels, there's a ton of softwares out there you can get for even cheaper than ClickFunnels. But why do people like ClickFunnels? Because the branding and the relational side of things and the mission and the vision that Russell has built around that. The logical side is that, yeah, it's a good funnel builder that you can get great results with, right? So the authority is there, the delivery and the results are there. If I use this tool, it will help me achieve desired outcome, right? But why this one versus any other one? Because I relate to the story behind Russell, the relationship of reciprocity that he has built with his audience in terms of giving away education and training to help people actually use the software and stuff like that. And then Elon Musk, same kind of thing. There's a ton of electric vehicles out there, right? You can argue that, yeah, Tesla is, on the logical side, they are pretty awesome. So they're really fast. They're just a really good car, and they, like a Model X can blow like supercars out of the water in like a drag race, right? So the logical side is there. It's a great performance vehicle. However, why a lot of people actually buy Teslas, and the reason why like Tesla's stock is like extremely high compared to any other automobile or automotive stock, is because people believe in Elon and his mission, his vision, and they relate to him on a personal level. They like his personality. They're bought into his story. They like the branding that he's built around it, right? So it's definitely a much more like intangible side of things, but nonetheless, it's extremely important. So, for example, like let's take a look at like Alex Hormozy as well, right? I mean, he doesn't have anything to sell you, but there's a lot of like business gurus out there, you know? There's a lot of them doing like that give good advice, but what he does is he spent time in the trenches. He's built that authority, and he can help people get results. But really, like I connect to him personally on the on his personal side of things. I am where he was a while back. I want to be where he is now, and I like his story and how he got to where he is, right? And that's kind of why I'm bought into following him. Same thing with any other like influencer out there, right? Why do people buy your program versus anybody else? You got to give them a reason to, right? You got to give them a reason to actually connect with you on a relational level. And that's why so many people don't see success, because they completely ignore this. They just say, hey, I'm trying these tactics in terms of marketing. Why is nobody buying from me? Well, what makes you different than anybody else? I don't know, right? And then they're stuck there with their thumb up there, you know what, just with no business and no sustainability, and they're wondering why they can't get anywhere. Well, it's because they completely ignored this. They're afraid to put themselves out there, and they're afraid to just kind of like build a brand and build some, like, just kind of show their personality, right? So, for example, like one of our clients that joined us inside of Consulting Blueprint, or actually he's in our higher level mastermind, Scaling Blueprint, but same thing. So Ali, he joined us, and within the first 48 hours, so he was kind of stuck around like 15 to 20 grand a month in his business for the last 6 months. He was stuck. He didn't know how to grow. He didn't know how to get any further ahead than that. And that's why he came to us for help. So within the first 48 hours, we sat down with him on a call, and we took a look at how he was positioning himself, and he was disregarding this side of the equation, right? He had a good service. He could deliver results. Clients were happy. He was getting lots of referrals, but he wasn't growing. So we helped him tell a story, put it out there, and within the first couple days, his post absolutely blew up on LinkedIn. He went viral. He got like 500,000 views, calendar filled out, and then within the first 48 hours of literally paying the invoice and joining the program, he brought in another $32.5 thousand. So $32,500, hit his first $50,000 month in literally 2 days, because he told his story and people related to that on a personal level, and they wanted to do business with him and his company, because they knew that he could solve a problem, but they want to do business with him versus anybody else, right? And that's what led to him making a lot of money, and that's what's going to lead to you guys making a lot of money as well, right? Think about any of the big names in this industry. Why are they big names? Because they've put themselves out there, they've told their story, they've built a personal brand, they connect to people on a relational level, and people are in line with their mission and their vision, right? Have a look at what you're doing right now and see how you are, see if you're missing this, right? Because they come together. It's important to have both sides. And that kind of leads me into the next part, the last part, the deadly pitfall that most consultants fall victim to and how to avoid it. It's because they avoid this, they disregard this, and they're afraid, and they just try to like post on Facebook and Facebook groups or send a ton of cold DMs and stuff like that. And I mean, on that note, like personally, when I was starting my agency way back when, like I would send a bunch of cold emails, I'd send a bunch of cold messages, I'd cold call, I did whatever it took, and really like nobody wanted anything to do with me, because in terms of the frame, like I was coming into their frame, right? It was like me down here, the client was up here, or the prospect I should say, and I was like, hey, please give me your time and attention, please listen to what I have to say. And they're like, no dude, who are you? I don't know you, get away from me, right? Because they had no context. I was a nobody. It was just, it was either get away from me, or like, how much do you charge? Or what makes you different than anybody else? And I was like, I don't know. And then that was it. End of discussion. Whereas if you focus on building this side, when I built my personal brand for that industry, I was up here, I had prospects down here sending me messages coming inbound saying, hey Jeremy, I see what you're doing. I see that you can get good results, and I related to that one post you did about like this lesson that you learned or whatever, right? Can we hop in a call and see if you can help me out? So I had people coming to me. They were into my frame. And then once I got on the sales call with them, it was an absolute layup, right? So it's a completely different process here. But if you can take advantage of this, if you can understand it and actually implement it and apply it to your own business, then this one video right here will be writing you a check for a lot of money. So anyways, getting back on track here, deadly pitfall most consultants fall victim to and how to avoid it. Well, pretty simple. They just focus on this side. They just try to focus on the logic side, just try and do a numbers game, just send as many messages as they can to as many people who don't know them, and then hope that someone bites. And then they get discouraged when nobody does, right? So how to avoid it is to build a solid foundation. Invest in your own personal brand, invest in your growth, tell your story, relate to the audience, so you can build a strong foundation with the emotional side of things that you can then build a house on. What most people do, right, this is with the logical side, what most people do is they try to build this house on sand. They have no foundation when it comes to what makes them different, how they stand out, and they're not unique. They're doing the exact same thing that everybody else in their industry is doing, and they're wondering why they aren't standing out from the crowd. It's because they don't have a foundation, so they literally just have a house of cards, and the second they stop sending like a couple hundred cold messages a day, they have no stream of leads, they have no pipeline, and they have no business, and their house of cards collapses, right? So if we look at like a standard like bell curve distribution, if you keep doing what everybody else is doing in here, what the vast majority of people are doing, you're going to get the same results, right? The outliers are over here. This is the 1% of people that do things a little bit differently. This is why we know their name, because they're an outlier, because they're doing things differently than everybody else. And this is why you blend in with the crowd and nobody knows your name. So anyways, guys, hope this was a good video for you guys. Hope this was a good training. Like I said, we covered this topic on one of our live coaching calls today in our program, Consulting Blueprint, and I felt like I just kind of needed to share it with you guys as well, because it was really helpful for a lot of our clients in there, and it can be really helpful for you guys too. So anyways, if you got some value from this, hit the like button and subscribe, and send me a message over on Instagram too, Jeremy_Pogue. Let me know that you watched this video, and let me know if it was helpful. If you guys have any questions, just either comment down below or shoot me a message on Instagram, and then we'll go from there. So anyways, guys, if you are serious and you want some help and you want this kind of stuff every single day of the week, and you're really serious about growing your coaching, consulting, or agency business, let me know. Message me on Instagram. We can get on a call, see if you guys are a good fit, and then get you into the program. So anyways, guys, see you in the next video. And yeah, if you apply this, there's no reason why in the long term you won't rise to the top and come out on top. So anyways, guys, keep crushing it, and I'll see you in the next one. Well, there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and now you know how to position yourself differently than the rest, create some exclusivity around you and your business, and stand out from the crowd so you never have to compete on price ever again. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, click the like button, hit subscribe, and follow me over on Instagram at Jeremy_Pogue. And if you're actually serious about getting help, and if you're looking for somebody to really just sit down with you, literally as many times as you'd like, to just roll up her sleeves, get her hands dirty with you, and really help you take your business to the next level, book it a call down below. We'll get on a call, and we'll see if you're a good fit for the program. So anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and I'm looking forward to it.